So this is going to be my fourth video. This video is going to be about the Astra VXR. A few times recently I've got in the car and gone to start it and I've had this happen. So that is the noise of a starter engaging but not turning the engine over. I've ordered a new starter motor, and to demonstrate what is happening when I'm hearing that noise, I will show you on the workbench. I've also got a few other goodies, so stick around. So I draw your attention to the gear here as denoted by the arrow. When I'm hearing the noise, the gear's popping out like that, but it's not spinning around like this. The spinning round is what turns the engine over, which is not happening. So I've got this second-hand starter motor. Let's get it fitted. Here I am at the back of the engine underneath the car. You can just about see the starter motor through there. I was hoping it was going to be a bit more accessible than that. I'm going to have to remove this vacuum box and hopefully that will open things up. You can see a couple of the bolts there. So let's get to work. Vacuum box off. Now it says top there, but weirdly that's pointing down, but if it went the other way, the pipe on there is quite a bit bigger than that one and it wouldn't fit, so I assume that was fitted the right way. This is the view without the vacuum box, so we've got to get this bracket off before we can get to the back of the starter motor. Okay, I've undone a couple of E8 bolts. Actually, that one back there only needed loosening. Just take this solenoid out. Now I've got a 13mm there, and another one in there. Do the wiring clip there. 10 points if anyone can spot the rookie mistake. Bingo! When doing a starter motor, you should always disconnect the battery. Probably a good time to say that I was a qualified mechanic, or I am a qualified mechanic, but I haven't held a spanner professionally in 12 years. Whenever I watch a YouTube video, I'm just looking for a bit of guidance, not necessarily how-to step-by-step instructions. So I'm not going to look to sue the person who's put the video up if it goes wrong for me. So I trust that you'll do the same. There's the starter motor. So we've got bolt at the bottom, so that's going to be 17, and one on the other side, and then if I just take out this air thing, that'll give me a bit more access. You're looking at the new starter motor, so this was the 17mm that we can see. This would be the other one, which has got a thread in it, so I reckon that goes in from the gearbox from that way, which might make life easier. It's really hard to see the bolt on the gearbox side, but getting in down here, you can see I've put my socket on it down there. Alright, struggling with this one, so I'm taking the battery tray out to give me a bit more access. Still very difficult to see. Still got my socket on it, so you can just about make it out in there. Hopefully I can get out now. It's out! I neglected to mention, around the back of the starter motor, the back as we're looking at from underneath, so if we're underneath the car, we're approaching it from this angle, we've got this 10mm here, and the 13mm will be there for the wiring to the starter motor, which I've got to undo. I can't really see it, so it's not going to be the easiest of things, but it's obviously doable, so I'm going to do it. I've got this 17mm bolt out to the front there, you can see the hole. So now the starter motor is loose. I've done the 10mm nut for one of the wires on the other side. I couldn't get on the 13mm nut, so I felt I needed to get the starter loose. So I can now get to it. And once I've done that, it will coming out. Now I've got a view of where the 13 nut was, which I've now taken off. I'm now struggling to get the actual wire off. Pry that off with a screwdriver, just do the trick. And there's the hole where once was a starter motor. And there inside is my dual mass flying wheel. Here we go, old one, new one. Good thing is they look the same. Let's not get them mixed up and put the old one back in. That would not be fun. There's a new starter motor in its new home. Do a little persuasion. We've got the wires on first, 13mm and the 10mm nuts. And then those made it quite tight to get back in the hole, but it's there now. So as I go that together, I notice a split in the vacuum pipe here. There's also one in one of the other pipes that connected to the boost box. So whilst I'm under here, I might as well get these replaced. I don't want any faults appearing later on because I couldn't be bothered. Let's go! I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for the time I spent at Vauxhall in Christchurch for 5.5 years. For the knowledge I acquired, but also the random parts that I've acquired and still keep, which still come in useful at times like this. There we go, all back together. That's done underneath, and I just need to do the battery tray, and then I think we're good to go. I lied, I'd forgotten to put the air strap back on. We're now back together at the bottom. Will she start? Hi Poppy.
Hi.
What do you think we're doing today?
We're gonna do a magic trick.
What magic trick are we gonna do?
We're gonna put the number plate on top.
Oh, with magic? What's different about this one and this one?
That one.
Oh, true. This one is shorter than that one. What else? This number plate's 4D. 4D. You feel how it's raised, all the letters are raised? So all the cool kids have 4D plates. And I'm a cool kid. Just look at my glasses.
Abracadabra.
I promised you some goodies on the Astra. We've got the Astra in the garage now. We're going to do a service. You're going to see some of those goodies. One of those goodies was the number plate, which you've already seen. Let's get to it. So yes, the goodies we've got a service kit which doesn't really count as a goodie, I accept, but we've got 2 blue hoses which will each add about 5 brake horsepower to the power of the car, obviously. We're going to give the engine bay a bit of a clean up with some grease cleaner, and we've got the rear number plate to do. So let's crack on with the service. First step I'm going to do is the oil and filter, so I've done the oil filler cap, so that when I undo the sump from under the car, that makes the oil drain out a bit freer. So it's T45 for the sump plug into the car. I'll get under and do that now. The oil filter on this particular engine, which is a Z20 LER, is in the bottom corner, and you have to move a bit of wheel arch lining from the driver's side wheel arch to access it, and then you need to make a bit of a tray with some cardboard so the oil doesn't drain all onto the lower arm. Let's go. Inside the driver's side wheel well, this is the trim I was referring to, which is kind of part of the wheel arch. So we've got one push-out rivet there, another at the top, and underneath we've got a T25, 1 and 2. So there's the oil filter. Potentially you don't actually need to take this trim out, but I just think it's going to give me a little bit more room, which hopefully will reduce the oil spillage. So I'm going to take this trim off now. And I forgot there's a third Torx up here. And there's the cover off. Now we can see you've got slightly better access to the oil filter. But as I say, you could have done it without taking the trim off. So as I say, you just need bit of cardboard like this, and just fold it in half, and we'll slot it in under the oil filter whilst we undo it, and then the oil will run down there into my basin. But first I need my basin back, so I'm going to put the sump plug back in. Got my bowl back, got my oil filter tool, just loosen off the filter before I put my tray underneath it. Oh. Blimey. That sounds like it was put on dry before. Oh no. Oil's coming. I don't have my tray ready. Where is it? Oh dear. Quick. Quick. Oh, there we go. Here comes oil. Now my special tool. Special Vauxhall tool. New one, OEM, genuine Vauxhall. Let's wind him on. Take away my special tool. Spray back onto the tray. Wheel arch trim. it's called. All done. That's just done underneath the car because all we're doing on the service is oil and filter, air filter, pollen filter, spark plugs. So we've drained the oil, we've done the oil filter, everything else is in the bonnet or the pollen filter is behind the glove box. 4.5 litres in these. And de-filter. Give it a quick start and then we'll measure it on the dipstick. Of course you need to wait a bit for the oil to drain to the bottom of the engine before getting a true reading of the dipstick. That should give a good guide. Definitely needs more than that. Maybe I was wrong with 4.5. It's 5 litres in now. We're measuring about halfway up the dipstick. So let that settle and then we'll measure it again and top it up if necessary. Okay, next job I'm going to do the spark plugs. So I could do the air filter at the same time and also a couple of the goodies, and I'll give the engine bay a bit of a clean. So air filter's under there, so some Torx, bolts around there need to come off, all of this needs to come off, this crossover air intake pipe needs to come off, then we take the VXR cover off, the coil pack is under there, which has got 2 T30s if memory serves me. Coil pack comes up and the spark plugs come out. So here's the old spark plug. It's important to change the spark plugs fairly regularly to help the engine run more efficiently, but also I found that in the time I've had this car, I'm on my 3rd coil pack with it, resistance in the spark plug can cause coil packs to fail. So coil packs, not that expensive in the scheme of things, but a few £100 potentially. So you want to be doing the spark plugs regularly enough that you don't have to replace the coil pack as well. So I'm replacing spark plugs like for like, Mk5 ones. Here's the old air filter, a bit black, could do with a replace. It's been a few years, now it's done. So I promised some goodies, and here's something I've never done before. Replace a pipe just for the sake of it being blue. This is one of 2 blue pipes that I'm installing, and this will add 5 horsepowers. So a bit of TLC for the engine bay. I could do a lot more on it, but I don't have time right now. It's late and I want to go and relax. So that'll do for now. Maybe another day I'll come back to it. But yeah, a few goodies there. Hope you like. Last bit of the service is the pollen filter. The pollen filter is behind the glove box. For the glove box in these we've got 4 torque screws, T20s I believe. So undo those first and I'll show you the next bit. So I've taken the torque screws out and then the glove box just pops out. Just the light to unplug. And then you put the glove box on the floor. And then in here we've got these 2. What are they? Oh, I can't remember. I'm going to use 6mm looking at them, but they might be 7. And then that cover comes up off one of the clips, top and bottom, is always going to break. And then the pollen filters will just slide out. So they're not 6, they're not 7, they're 5.5. Which, considering for 5.5 years, I must have done at least one of these a week. Probably more than that. You'd have thought that's something I'd remember. It does explain why in my tool set I've got 4mm, 5mm, and then this is 7/32 Imperial for this exact job. Screws out and then this just unclips. Mine is breaking at the top, at the bottom, that's fine, they always break. And then pull the pollen filter out. And then with the new one. Back on with the cover. So where it's not broken, I can put the spike into the hole at the bottom, not the top, and that's fine. And then back in with the glove box. Don't forget to plug the glove box right back in. Don't forget to take your torch out from behind the glove box or any other tools. And that is a pollen filter on an Astra H or a Saphira B. The last bit tonight is the number plate. Sadly I don't have Puppy's magic because she's in bed, so it's going to be hard graft to get this old tape off. There we go, that's the end of the service and the goodies. I do owe you a tour of the car to talk through the bits that I've done to it over the years that I've had it. Let's cut to that now. I've got the 18-inch AZ Ultra Ligera. Always wanted AZ wheels and finally got them. We are lowered on I-back lowering springs, 40mm front and back. Old school boy racer style, got the 10-inch Clarion sub in the boot with JBL amp. Cause
I'm totally addicted to bass.
oh wow, inside we've got the Pioneer double din DVD player head unit. In the back we've got screens in the headrests for the children. Just taking a moment to enjoy a scene gone in 60 seconds. Obviously this is not what the kids watch in the car. And all round we've got dark window tint. Not on the windscreen because that would be naughty. That's the exhaust. I'm going to put on screen now some footage from underneath the car so you can see the actual exhaust. I've replaced the exhaust from the turbo down, so that's the preliminary decat, by a sports cat, followed by a straight bit of pipe which replaces the silencer, and then there's a back box. In terms of branding, so a lot of it's cheap eBay stuff. The decat and the de-silencer pipes are off eBay, no particular brand. The back box I bought second hand is Toyo, and the sports cat that I've got on there, can't remember what that is, but I'll find out and I'll put it on the screen now. Let's hear what this exhaust can do. So that's about it for the car mods. I haven't done too much, but I like what I've done. It's tidy, it works as an everyday car, nothing too outrageous. Hopefully I'll show you more in future videos. Now the car's all shiny, seems like a good time to go to a car show. Let's go and see what a car show looks like through the eyes of a 3-year-old. Let's go. Here we are at Supercar Sunday. Are you excited, Mai? Not excited.
Hey, just hit with those cars. That car over there.
What car's that, Mai?
Oh,
This one, Mai. Cool, isn't it?
look at them down here.
Yeah?
Oh, those cars are meant to be. I can see some right there. There's no spot. There's no spot
No spot for what?
for no cars.
For no cars?
We need some cars there.
Oh, I see. There's a gap. There should be a car here. That's what you mean, isn't it? Milo, is this your favourite one? The big truck? Is that your favourite?
Which one?
The one behind you? Is that your favourite car here? No. What's your favourite car?
First cars over there.
Is that your lunch, Milo?
That was my ice cream.
Oh, so you're going to have lunch as well, are you?
Now.
Ice cream for starter.
Now.
Riley, now you've seen all the cars, what do you make of it all?
Me.
Do you know what I make of it?
It's good.
I think
There's too many self-indulgent wieners in this city with too much bloody money.
and with that pearl of wisdom, that's the end of my 4th video. Thanks for watching, see you next time.